Hello and welcome to another week of Razorcast. As forever, I'm still Chris.
I'm also still Chris, but I'm more tired than I usually am as Chris.
You are very tired.
I'm fucked, essentially.
Yeah, essentially very fucked. I mean, you know, that's what you get for a night shift, I suppose.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been there. It's the most gnarly crap ever.
Dog shit.
Yeah. But, as always, as you know, it's another week, and we will go through the format as always, because there's always new listeners out there. So, as always, we'll start off with Fresh Cuts, where we talk about the news.
Yep.
Then we go on and talk about what we've been listening to this week.
Yeah.
In which this week has been All Hell the Yeti and Nita Strauss.
Yeah.
And then we go on and we've got our playlists, which we haven't still got a name for yet.
Yeah, we still don't have a name for it. Make a suggestion if you like, or don't.
No.
And we'll think of something at some point, somewhen. This is the kind of professionalism you're dealing with when you sign up. Nobody's fucking signing up, Chris. What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, you can sign up if you want to. Just head over to Facebook. Just click the follow button.
Oh yeah, you can do that. Instagram, follow us on Instagram. Twitter,
get on the Twitter machine.
Yeah.
I'm sure Chris will give you a bashing. And yeah, so let's start. Whatever. Spotify as well.
Yeah.
Just listen to us. Just tell your friends, even your mum.
Tell your mum's friends.
Yes, they'll be.
Don't tell your mum. Just tell your mum's friends.
Yeah.
And then it will get back to your mum, and then she'll think she's discovered it herself, and then you can go, oh yeah, I know about that.
Yeah. Then
it'll be a lovely bonding moment for you and dear old mum.
Dear old mum. So yes. Anyway, as always, we're going to head over to where we start first, and let's go to the news.
Fresh
cuts.
Yeah,
so,
indeed.
You want to start, sir?
Yeah. No worries. Okay, so I'm going to start with the most exciting piece of news that I found.
Ooh.
Is that Sean Crahan, aka Clown from Slipknot.
We like him.
We do. Obviously, at the minute they are going through the process of they've just re-released or remastered and re-released. All Hope Is Gone.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah, they've got a whole new vinyl box set and all sorts of stuff. Sean Crahan has come out and said that he has actually been sat for the last 10 years on 11 tracks of Slipknot material.
So him and Joey Jordison are coming up with the same things?
Yes, sort of. Yeah. Well, basically, Clown has said that during the recording process for All Hope Is Gone, because it was such a long-winded process, 4 of the members of Slipknot would basically jam and record little bits and pieces that wasn't ready or wasn't going to go on the Slipknot album. And they'd go off and they'd just record that on their own accord. So they've got 11 songs between the 4 of them. Don't know which 4 it is. He just says him, and he does mention Jim Root, so there's him and Jim Root. Don't know who else. It might be the same material that Joey Jordison's also been talking about. But
wow.
Clown has said that up until now it hasn't felt like the right time to release it.
Makes sense.
Just sat on it. However, he's saying that now seems like a really good time to release it. So we might have 11 tracks of sort of Slipknot material coming soon.
But will it be under the name of Slipknot, or would it?
I don't know, because it's not the whole band. So but knowing Clown, it will be, yeah. So
this will be Stone Knot, will it?
Yeah, or maybe Slip Sour.
Either one of those. I mean, I'll take it. I'd love to hear what they've got to do.
I'd love to listen to it, yeah. It doesn't really bother me whether it's all of the members or half of the members or what.
Wow.
Just be interesting to see what they come up with, really. Because we know what Corey and Jim have come up with with Stone Sour. And we know what Joey comes up with when he goes off and he does his projects and bits and pieces. Be interesting to see what half of them did, because even half of Slipknot is a full band anyway.
Well, exactly it.
That's what you get for being greedy and having 473 members.
Could you
They're like a
imagine
rap group, aren't they?
What you mean? This is essentially another going of So Solid Crew, isn't it?
Yeah, Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah. That's the one I was thinking of, but I couldn't remember how many members they had.
Whatever.
No.
You went straight to So Solid.
I did.
We know you're a Romeo Dunn fan.
Oh, damn it. Don't need to tell people. But anyway, let's go on to the next thing. This goes on with our playlist.
Yeah.
So a man murders his family, and the media are trying to implicate Metallica into the story.
What?
Yeah. So a man's gone into murder his pregnant wife and 2 daughters, and as always, there's always a link to metal somewhere along the lines. But the note that the guy left implicated the lyrics to Battery.
Is he a fucking dinlo?
Yeah, by the
Does he know what Battery's about?
Yeah.
Because it's not about...
I think he does.
It's not about murdering your wife.
No.
It's about war.
Yeah. So obviously it's a war in his head, it must have been, but yeah, as always, the media get onto these things and relate metal as to being the fucking forefront of everything again.
Well, it's just silly, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It's very silly. Very silly.
I mean, everybody from CBS and CNN in America, you fucking cunts.
What, I've got on to this story?
Well,
it's just because it sells. People go, oh, because nobody really believes that anymore. Like, we've had too many years of Marilyn Manson, people trying to sue Marilyn Manson, or
this is it.
Alice Cooper coming out and going, do you not understand that this is pantomime, you jackasses?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah,
but then
people
I suppose,
take it literally.
obviously, there are parts of the United States that haven't learnt that lesson, because we've got the pastor that we talked about last week from Texas trying to stop Ghost from playing in the country, in the state. Thank you, Jesus wept. Sorry, Pastor, I said Jesus wept. You fuck trumpet.
Yeah, but no, I think the lyrics that was found was the fact that he says, "Lunacy has found me."
Okay, yeah. Well, if you've got,
yeah, exactly. But I think more to the case, it's not just that. People are reading into that way too far.
Yeah, you can listen to absolutely any song. Okay, so when anyone goes and batters their wife, do people then go, it's Chris Brown's fault?
Yeah.
Because he beat Rihanna up, so all of his music must be about beating people up. Like, nobody goes and abuses a child and then goes, well, I listen to Lost Prophets, so it's not my fault. Ian Watkins put it in my head.
Jesus fuck. Yeah. Exactly it.
Have some ownership for your own behaviour, young man. You want to murder your wife, you do it on your own steam. You don't bring Lars into it.
Lars wouldn't want anything to do with that. He can't make money off of this.
No, exactly. He can't make money off of it, and he can't hang it on his wall like art, can he? Well, I suppose
he could, but
yeah, be a bit gruesome.
Let's move on. What have you got next?
That's more. That's quite fitting, though.
Yeah, it's quite fitting.
Okay. So I'm going to talk a lot about new stuff.
Oh, new stuff. I like new stuff.
New stuff. So I've got a couple of new singles to talk about, and somebody else has been talking about their new album. So, Thy Art Is Murder.
Oh, I do like them.
Yeah.
I did see this.
They've released a new single called Death Perception.
Yeah, I haven't listened to it, though.
Well, it was written and recorded during the Dear Desolation, their last album. It was written and recorded during those sessions.
Ah, right.
And it didn't make the album, which, when you listen to it, kind of makes sense. It's a little bit different. Like, thematically, it's slightly different to the stuff on Dear Desolation. But it is exactly what you'd expect from Thy Art Is Murder. It is pummelingly heavy. It is groovy as fuck. And it is just heavy as balls. It is lovely stuff.
I'm going to have to go over and listen to that then. Yeah,
it is
I
really
do
good.
like that.
Apparently, the actual the content of it, Death Perception, is it's partly in relation to CJ, their singer.
Yeah.
And his issues with substance abuse and things like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, they kicked him out of the band in 2015.
Yeah.
Because he was just losing the plot. Basically, he was just very into substances, and they sort of took him. So basically the song is about that and his struggles with that.
So it's quite a heartfelt sort of song.
Yeah, although heartfelt in the sense that he's tearing his heart out, showing it to you, and then force feeding it down your throat.
Quite literally.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, that's epic.
Yeah, it's fucking wicked tune though.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely get onto that. next piece for me is Ivan Moody has been out donating sleeping bags to the Twin Cities.
When you the start of that sentence, I thought this could go literally anywhere.
Yeah.
Ivan Moody has been out. Could have been literally anything. Kicking babies, like.
Well, yeah.
Ivan Moody has been out kicking reindeer in the nuts. Why is it kicking? He seems like a kicker. And then when you said donating, I was like, oh God, has he just been going, like, he's been on tour just going to every sperm bank he can find.
Just jacking off everywhere, leaving his seed all over the place.
He's just doing some, like, whistle-stop tour of wank banks.
No, but
the wank bank whistle-stop tour.
He's been doing something equally as nice for people.
Oh, that's nice.
And donating sleeping bags to the Twin Cities homeless charity, which is lovely bit of news because he only ever gets bad press these days.
Yeah, he does. I mean, as I've just...
Yeah, as you've just proven.
Yeah.
You know, he's always out something going on, whether it be, you know, committing battery on his wife.
Yeah, or storming off stage, or kicking babies, or...
whatever he's doing.
Yeah, kicking reindeer.
But I think he's trying to make up for things.
Else that I've got, you know, anything else that I could accuse him of within the next 5 minutes.
But no, he's been getting on with that, and you know, I think it's decent that he's actually putting himself forward and getting himself back on the good.
Yeah, fair play to him.
So yeah.
More power to you, Brad.
Yes.
Saying that, it's not on my thingy, but I did see that obviously there's been the horrendous forest fires and stuff in, like, the wildfires in California.
Oh yes.
I did read that California, Metallica. Yeah, Metallica started like a charitable campaign to try and raise money for it. And so far they've raised $100,000. So
I'm not going to lie, it's a bit weak for a band of that size.
What annoyed me was, like, $100,000. That's money given by, you know, that's raised by their fans. Their fans have donated to help them. Why didn't they just go? And I'm not being funny. This is pocket change to them as well. They could have gone, we'll match it. Whatever you raise, we'll match it.
Because Lars is as tight as fuck.
Yeah, maybe.
No,
maybe
he really is, and yeah. No.
Anyhow, onto. Well, no, that is positive that they've managed to raise $100,000.
Yeah, no, it is.
It's pity that it's not more, because I know that a lot of people have completely lost their homes and stuff like that, which is shite. But yeah. Anyway, on a slightly different note, Jacoby Shaddix has been talking about his or Papa Roach's upcoming 10th album. It's weird that they got 10, isn't it?
I remember it from album number 1.
Yeah, I know.
Jesus.
The album is out on the 18th of January, and it is called Who Do You Trust? Yeah. And he said that it's the most extreme album they've ever done.
Extreme?
Now, by extreme...
Okay, so by extreme, I mean, we know them as being the angsty teenage punks from the early 2000s doing, like, Last Resort.
Yeah, that's not who they are now.
No, that's not who they are now. Then they went off and became a ballady sort of pop rock band.
Yeah, now they're a rock band.
And now they're a rock band. They are a fully established rock band. So surely they got to go higher than their angsty years, because that was like their most quote unquote extreme times. Yeah,
well, he said that basically by extreme he said that he means that there is a lot of nostalgia in this album, but they are also continuing to push musical boundaries and push themselves into genres and styles that they've never done before. So
they're going to go reggae on us now.
Oh,
could you imagine?
Jacoby Shaddix could pull that off.
I think he probably could.
He'd
be right on that.
He'd be absolutely fine. I could see him just doing the whole Axel, give me some reggae! It's the worst bit of a live album ever. It's the stupidest.
Oh, dear.
If anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about, there's a live version of pissing out. What is it? Knocking on Heaven's Door.
Yeah, Knocking on Heaven's Door.
The Guns N' Roses cover. I know the song Guns N' Roses covered, just in case anyone messaged me going, "They didn't. It's not their song." I know. Yes, and then halfway through, Axl just yells, "Give me some reggae," and it goes into a weird brass battle, like steel band moment. Have you not heard it?
No.
It's bizarre, mate. It's bizarre. I used to love it as a kid, and then the more and more I've listened to it, I'm like, why? Why, Axl? Why?
Could you imagine? Oh dear, that's.
I just want him
awful.
to. What I want him to now do is Axl Rose to do that, but he yells a completely different genre of music, and there has to be a section of the band ready to play in any style that he shouts.
Yeah.
And he just randomly, like halfway through Welcome to the Jungle, he'll just go, "Give me some dubstep," and then somebody, wop, 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 wop.
If not, give me some folk and then some violinists come on stage.
That'd be incredible. Yeah.
Oh, it's epic. Let's go for another new album release for next year. Hellyeah have come out and said they're going to release their final ever album.
All right.
With Vinnie Paul on. So
it's recorded already?
It's already been recorded and is due to arrive in 2019.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that's the case. But the group's stated, "Happy Thanksgiving, Hellions. See you all next year, and with a new record that's going to blow you away." So, yeah.
Well, hopefully it's good. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've seen Hellyeah. Really fucking cool to see Vinnie Paul behind a drum kit, and you know, I'm glad I got to see him play music live. But as a group, Hellyeah, just to me, they're fairly bog standard.
Well, it's just essentially
metal.
Mudvayne, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Although Vinnie's drumming is still got tons of personality, and it still sounds like Vinnie. But Vinnie playing without Dime, is
it's
weird.
Just weird. Yeah.
It's just not right. It's like it sounds like his arm's missing. Like, but then I suppose that's probably how he felt playing fucking music without Dime, to be honest.
Well, exactly it. So, but that's all my news. So.
I got one last piece. There's another new track that's come out that I thought I'd give a listen to and
go for it.
About. King 810.
Oh yes.
So they've got a new single out called Braveheart.
Yes.
Now I wasn't sure what to make of it when I pressed play. I was thinking that maybe it was Braveheart as in that weird, maybe they'd covered that weird early 2000s trance song.
I thought you were going to say they've done a musical rendition of the Braveheart film.
Oh, that would have been fantastic. Yeah, that'd have been great. Just old what's his face just doing the, like in his creepy little voice doing the "They'll never take our freedom."
Could you imagine that? That'd be fucking incredible.
So their new song Braveheart. I did give it a listen today. I've listened to it a few times, and it's all right.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It starts real slow, and to be honest, the first minute I was like, I don't like them anymore. I genuinely was listening to it going, I think this I'm a gangster and I shoot people, and
it's gotten too much.
I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm done with this. I'm pretty sure I've had enough of hearing him go, "I'm a really bad person and I'm gonna shoot someone if you don't fuck off. Look how creepy I am. I got scars and I've been knifed in the face." And I was like, maybe David Gunn, you need to get a day job.
Yeah, and go to the real world.
Yeah,
because
just move out of Flint, mate. If it's that bad, just move.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, Michigan's only down the road.
And just move. Just go somewhere else. I'll tell you what, go to San Diego. Go to San Francisco. Become a baker.
Well, that's ironic because there's the Californian fires going on out there at the moment.
Yeah, well, perfect opportunity to bake. I don't fucking know. I'm very tired. So I did get a little bit sick of his "I'm shooting people" and shit. But actually, towards the end of the song, it really picks up, and I thought, this is really fucking interesting.
Saving grace.
They've added this weird there's a lot of electronic type distorted, fuzzy kind of noises and stuff. It's not it's not openly it's not synthesizers and stuff and plinky plonky things. it's just weird, ominous tones almost underneath all of it. A little bit like something from maybe like a John Carpenter soundtrack, like. And it really does pick up at the end, and I thought, oh no, this is pretty good actually. This is like, I kind of got into the swing of the, oh yeah, I remember you guys are the kind of horror movie kind of guys, aren't you? Yeah. Like the real life horror movie. And I did like it by the end of it.
But it took a while to get there.
Yeah, and if you're not a fan of King 810 to start with, and you have got a real problem with the I'm really bad and I like to shoot people and stab them in the back of the calf with a pencil, like, you won't like this.
No.
If you do like the idea of people getting stabbed in the back of the calf with a pencil, then this might be your favourite song. That's King 810 with their new single Pencil Stabber. I mean Braveheart.
Braveheart. Okay, I'll give that a listen to because I'm a fan of theirs. So
yeah.
But yeah, right. Should we go over to what we've been listening to this week?
Shall we?
Shall we? So what should we talk about first? Do you want All Hail the Yeti or Nita Strauss?
Was it Nita? I put Nina.
No, Nita.
Damn it. Should we talk about Nina?
Nina.
Nina.
Nita Strauss.
Should we talk about Nita Strauss?
Let's talk about Nita Strauss with her new album, Controlled Chaos. Mm-hmm. So Nita Strauss is from Los Angeles, California. Mm-hmm. She was formerly in a all-female Iron Maidens tribute band called Iron Maidens.
Okay, that makes sense.
Which came on to me having to go, I know that band because I've seen a Metallica female tribute band in which Gina, I can't remember her surname, but she's from Baroness. Mm-hmm. The lead guitarist from Baroness. She used to be in an all-female Metallica band. And I went to see them in Bournemouth.
Ah, and Nita was part of that?
No, Nita is friends with.
Right.
But she ended up going off into an Iron Maiden tribute band, all-female one, which was Iron Maidens. So she was originally in 2014 the replacement for Orianthe in Alice Cooper's band.
Okay.
And then she went on to, well, I don't know if there's wrestling fans listening, but she was recently the guitarist for the opening to Shinsuke Nakamura's theme at WrestleMania 34 this year, as well as playing alongside Lizzie Hale at the WWE Evolution.
Okay.
And this is her debut album, essentially.
Oh.
Which has all been kicked off by Kickstarter.
Oh, was it?
So she's not signed to a record label or anything like that, because she came out and said that for her to have complete control over an album is the way she wants to go, because she thinks that it would affect the ability for her band to make decisions.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cool. Fair play to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. To be fair, I didn't know any of that, to be fair. I just listened to this and went, oh, okay, let's have a think about what this is like. But no, okay, that's quite cool to know that it's all crowdfunded and kickstarted and stuff. That's
so cool. Which, I mean, for me, off the back of this, I'm going to state straight away that even though it's a Kickstarter and stuff, it still sounds fucking quality.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
100%. Like it doesn't sound like a bedroom project by any stretch of the imagination. This sounds like a very accomplished musician or group of musicians playing music to a high standard with high production values. And
no, for me, with this album, I think it's brilliant. It's got quite a few blends of different styles in it. Mm-hmm. But when I text you to say to listen to it, all I could do was keep playing the game of what song does this sound like?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. You did say that to me, and the minute I pressed play, I was like, oh, okay, this is that. And then the next one, I was like, oh, okay, this is that.
Third track in, Trivium.
Do you know what? Third track in, I knew it was going to be that one because Chris said to me, one of the tracks, he said, sounds like Trivium, just wait for it. And the minute it kicks in, I went, Lamb of God. And then it turns to Trivium. I was like, oh, this is a Lamb of God riff. And I really fucking like that. Yeah. I really fucking like Lamb of God.
I think it was another one that she played, which reminded me, Lion Among Wolves, which is one of the later tracks. And to me, it starts off really fucking heavy, and it sounds like a fucking heavy Satyricon sort of track.
I know the one you're on about there. Okay, so this... Yeah, so there are... there are variations on a theme. I think this album is variations on a theme. It is. Well, the one thing we haven't said is it's completely instrumental.
It is completely instrumental. And that's hence why you play the game.
Completely instrumental, and usually I have a bit of an issue with albums of this genre that are instrumental.
Yeah.
If I'm going to listen to instrumental music, I tend to prefer
Beethoven.
No, not there's anything wrong with Beethoven, but I tend to prefer the more shoegazy type stuff, or the more post.
Yeah, the more proggy sort of side of things.
Yeah, the more proggy kind of post-hardcore, post-metal, that post-rock kind of things. Stuff that sounds like the musical canvas more of like Cult of Luna and things like that. Yeah. That's more expansive and kind of. Whereas this, initially when I first pressed play, I was like, oh god, I'm really going to dislike this because it was very, very heavy metal. Yeah. The first track sounds very power metal to me.
Yeah.
And
exactly what I got.
I really went out the gates going, oh, for fuck's sake, this is going to be instrumental fucking Dragon Force, and I'm going to want to cheese grate my arse by the end of this. I don't know why I said that. I thought this was going to be a real fucking struggle. But actually, the fact that there are all these various styles or variations, I thought made it quite enjoyable. To be honest, I had quite a good time with it. Yeah,
I mean, it's a very easily sort of digestible album. The fact that you do get songs that change up styles all the time is what keeps you guessing for the next track.
Yeah, there was a couple of times I was trying to be all po-faced and like serious about listening to it, so that I could go like stroke my chin and go, what does this sound like? And a couple of times I just sort of driving along and lost myself a bit, and I was fucking headbanging, and then I was like, stop it, Christopher, stop having fun. Listen to it critically, don't have fun. But I can help it. I had good fun with this
good
album.
Fun. I think the way I've got this put is for an instrumental. When you're talking guitar instrumental albums, you tend to think of people like Steve Vai and Joe Satriani first. Yeah. But this is like them, but a more aggressive style.
Yeah, exactly. It is definitely more aggressive than that, which is good because the Steve Vai, Joe Satriani thing, whilst I'm always impressed by their skill. Yeah. I am always bored to fucking piss with them by about 15 seconds in. I go, brilliant, you've managed to play 648 notes in that 15 seconds. Now please fuck off.
Exactly. Yeah.
Whereas this I didn't. There's a couple, don't get me wrong, there's a couple of times where I was like, yeah, alright, yeah, you're very good at the guitar. Yeah. But I get it, like if you're having to do instrumental, then the guitar has to do the vocal lines, essentially.
Yeah, essentially.
Which isn't my favourite thing in the world.
No,
just
I don't think it.
But I get it, and she does it well. Like she does it better than most.
Oh yeah.
This is the sort of album that actually, if this had a singer on it, I probably wouldn't like it. If I'm completely honest.
Yeah, no, I can get that.
Because whenever I listen to it, if you added a vocalist on the top of this, all I could hear was power metal vocals. I could just hear the guy from Sabaton fucking wailing on like a
to be fair, I did
goat.
I did have it down as one of the main influences I got from this was people like Hellyeah.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. And that to me sounds like
just drudgery mess.
Oh yeah. But but no, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. There's some pretty decent tracks on it. The bits that sound like Metallica, the bits that sound like Lamb of God, I was like, oh, lovely. There is one song that's about midway through the album where I was like, I am like this. They've taken off a furniture showroom playlist.
Just jazzed it up.
Well, yeah. It was like if you were buying like, I don't know, heavy metal furniture, this is what you'd be listening to in the shop. Like, I was like, oh god.
It's going finding the right sofa and going, is this black? No, this isn't black enough. Yeah. I need it blacker.
Yes, exactly. That is exactly what I got in my head. I just got some sort of smarmy bloke coming up to me going, can I help you? Did you know that we've got a sale on today? Yeah, you've always got a sale on, mate. Fuck off.
It's been 15 years since you've stopped that. Haven't had that sale on.
So yeah, there is a furniture showroom playlist song on there. I don't like the ballads.
No.
I think, but again, I don't like the ballads, and I prefer that they weren't on there. But then if they weren't on there, I'd go, this is too samey.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm just a miserable prick. I don't know. There is every chance that is the case. My biggest issue is the last song.
Yeah.
Just don't do it. So for those of you who haven't listened to it, the last song is an instrumental cover of Queen's The Show Must Go On.
Yeah.
My personal feeling is you shouldn't cover Queen anyway.
No.
Because it's sacrilegious. They're just brilliant. And Queen are such a group of wonderfully different individuals playing such...
Especially being so close to the film coming out.
Yeah, it did seem a bit cynical, didn't it?
Yeah.
And also, like, the thing is, I didn't mind it. I obviously, as we've said, the guitars do the vocal lines, and I don't like hearing a squealy guitar doing Freddie's vocal lines.
No.
I prefer that they just weren't there. I kind of liked it a little bit when it went a little bit Queen meets Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And you got the weird, like, haunting strings doing the vocal lines, and I was like, that's actually an interesting use of the vocal lines instrumentally. But I probably couldn't have stomached it for the whole song.
No, definitely
But that
not.
was the most interesting bit.
Yeah, I think stylistically it's something new that we've not heard.
Yeah.
So, props up for that, but just don't do it to a Queen song.
Yeah, don't do it to a Queen song. I always hate finishing, like... I always hate it when the last track is a bit of a bummer because
that gives you the last taste of the album.
Yeah, and then I always walk away from it going, oh, for fuck's sake. Whereas actually, I quite liked this album way more than I thought I was going to, because I thought I was going to come in here and go, what the fuck did you make me listen to?
To be fair, I actually had it down that you'd come in here and be like,
whinge like a bastard.
Why did I listen to this week?
But I haven't. It's quite good.
It is.
It's quite fun.
Nice. And that's Nita Strauss with Controlled Chaos.
Yeah.
So let's go on to our next one. All Hail the Yeti with Highway Crosses. So this is another band from Los Angeles, California.
Yeah. They don't sound like it though, do they?
They don't sound like it. They are formed in 2006 and this is their third album.
Yeah.
So it's a long time. 12 years, 3 albums. But for me this is another band that's just broken the mould. They're not in one set genre.
Do you know what? I was looking at who they've toured with, and they've toured with... Because the first time I saw these was they supported 36 Crazy Fists.
Nice.
At the Engine Rooms in Southampton.
Wow.
And they were really fucking good.
Yeah.
Like, this was on their first album.
Wow, way back when.
Yeah, I think it was the first album anyway. It may have been the second, but I remember listening to it and going, wow, that sounds fucking cool.
Yeah.
It was so different and yet similar to 36 Crazy Fists. Crazy Fists are they're a band that are kind of difficult to pinpoint anyway, because they're a metalcore band, but they're a bit odd for a metalcore band. But the album that I saw All Hail the Yeti on, they were really crusty and punky, and I was like, oh, okay, I kind of think I've got the handle on this. And then when I went to listen to this one, I thought, oh, it's going to be that kind of crusty, punky, hardcore type, or crusty, punky, metalcore type stuff, and it ain't.
Far from it.
Not in the fucking slightest.
No. So the way I've got this down is it sounding one moment like a Mastodon track, to the next moment being like a pop metal album.
I've got Mastodon meets Cane Hill.
Yeah, to be fair, that's
There's such a lot of new metal on this.
There is.
But there's such a lot of whatever the fuck you want to call Mastodon, like
progressively
proggy
stonery
metal, like and I'm not talking all. When I hear Mastodon, I think of bits from Once More Around the Sun, and bits from Emperor of Sand.
Yeah,
I'm not hearing Leviathan, and I'm not hearing Crack the Sky. I'm hearing the newer stuff, with the slightly more poppy choruses.
Yeah. But one thing with this, I think, to take away from that it wasn't a complex sort of album. There's not sort of a great deal of off-time beats and stuff like that, which is for me what's made this such an easy listen to album.
Oh yeah, and that's the weird thing. Like,
for
an album that is as difficult to categorise. Most albums that are really difficult to categorise are usually really difficult to listen to because you have to listen to them 3 or 4 times before you pick up the hooks or before you can settle with it. This, off the bat, I was like, oh, this is fucking brilliant.
Yeah, same.
This
Straight
is,
on it.
This is hooky. I'm like second listen through, I was singing choruses.
Yeah.
It's catchy as fuck.
Oh, it is. And I think one of my favourite songs off this was Philo de Se.
Yeah, it's a really cool tune.
Yeah,
it is
really,
a really good song.
it's very simple, but very, very catchy.
It's very different from everything else on the album as well. It's probably the most different track, I suppose.
But from what I got from this as well is the album is quite sinister.
Yeah, definitely. Did you pick up on a shit ton of corrosion of conformity as well?
Oh yeah.
With the riffing, I was like, that's so much COC on this.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. If you are a fan of COC, Mastodon, like particularly the poppier side of Mastodon, you'll have a lovely fucking time with this album.
Especially with this, yes. But what I was going to say is, it's off the back of Philo de Se. That song, do you know what Philo de Se is?
No.
It's actually Latin for felon of himself, which is essentially a meaning for suicide.
Oh, that makes so thematically, this album sounds really fucking dark.
Which is kind of fitting for this week's
It really is.
Playlist.
We could not have picked a better album
because
to
I
review
think
this week.
we're going to be talking about one song in particular later on.
Yeah, absolutely. But there are. It's so fucking. It's gloomy. The theme of it is gloomy as fuck.
Very much.
But it's done in a way that's catchy and poppy and not upbeat, but hooky. You get into it, you bop your head to it, you sing along to it, it puts a smile on your face. But when you sit and you listen to the lyrics, you go, ooh, that's pretty fucking dark.
Yeah.
I think the best song on the album, personally, the best song on the album is the title track.
Yes.
Because I just think that going from, it flips from sludgy stoner to new metal to then these massive, and I mean massive rock choruses.
Yeah, huge.
Just on a sixpence, but it does it so fucking quickly, or so.
But it's just so lovely. It's done so lovely.
It's brilliant. Yeah, it's absolutely. I love the vocals on it as well. I love the gruff vocals on it. They sound fucking angry as shit.
They're so good. So good.
Sounds like he's got. He starts singing away not technically beautifully. He's not got a sweet voice. He's got a still quite gruff.
He's still gruff, but it's again one of those. Like I say, I keep using the word digestible because it's what it is.
Yeah, he sounds like a human grizzly bear.
He's just a warm being wanting to give you a hug, whilst whispering into your ear that he wants to kill you.
Yeah, well, it's that hug. He's like Ed Kemper. The co-ed killer who, he's a big old lumbering bloke and he will give you a hug and, he'll charm you and he'll give you a little squeeze and then he will squeeze you so hard your head pops off.
Essentially it.
Yeah, like a wee pimple.
And that's exactly what this album does for you.
It is. It's got, I really like the production on this album as well. It's much bigger than the previous stuff. The previous stuff was a bit crustier and a bit intentionally so.
Intentionally so, yeah. I think I think that could be just the fact of the use of the distortions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Whereas this is a bit more clean sounding and very, as you say, it's just radio ready in a lot of ways as well.
Interestingly enough, the guy who produced this album has worked with. Now, as we said about this being hard to pin down and very eclectic. So the guy who produced this album has worked on albums with Down.
Okay.
He did Nola.
Wow.
Crowbar.
Nice.
Michael Jackson. And Lauryn Hill.
Wow, you could not be any more diverse.
No, that is an eclectic bunch of fucking albums.
But I tell you what, way to go on that.
Yeah. I have got a note about one song, but I won't. I'll save it for the playlist.
Yeah. I mean, I've got the same. So
I really like the song "Anti-Social Media" as well.
Yes.
Anti-Social Media is a kind of it's basically a massive, like, it's just firmly opposed to this, like, airbrushed fake bullshit society.
That's right.
On
it's just
social media.
It is literally just a massive fuck you to like the uses of Facebook and just the news in general.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, absolutely. There is a lot of this album seems to be a kind of a sinister. It's a story, obviously. It sounds like a sort of a story of a fucking horror movie. Most of it, like, it's pretty dark and pretty sinister, but it's also sort of a little bit of a kind of fucking hell, people, wake the fuck up. Like, have a look at what society is like these days. Have a look at the shit that goes on that we just blasé and the fake anti-social media. So, like, as a song, it really sums up some of the shit that comes before it. It's like, like, it talks about all these really dark and horrible things, and then it's like, all of this shit happens all the time, and what we're all focusing on is whether or not our cheeks look good, and we've got the right type of animal ears on our Snapchat photos.
That's right.
Like, he's essentially like, sort your fucking shit out, people. Like, deal with the shit in front of you. Like,
no, you're exactly right on that. I mean, I think this is just get on this album because it's really
good. Yeah,
it is
good. Spoiler alert that this is going to be in my top 20. I think.
Do you know what I've got?
I really fucking like this.
I think it might be in mine somewhere. I'm not too sure where yet, but it could be
really
up there.
really like this.
So that's all Hail the Yeti with Highway Crosses. Have you been listening to any other albums this week?
I have.
So have I. I don't know where to. I don't know where to
start.
Let's get this one out of the way and done with because it's batshit crazy.
Oh, okay.
So this is an album that came out in October.
Yeah.
So not long been, literally just passed, but I missed this completely when it came out. So this is Euringer with the self-titled album Euringer.
Euringer.
So this is actually by a man called James Euringer.
How are you spelling Is it urine? Like
Euringer.
Okay. All right. I had it in my head that it was Urinejar. I was like, Euringer? No. That sounds like a new metal band.
So you will know him best as Jimmy Urine from the band Mindless Self-Indulgence.
Ah, okay.
So this is where I begin with it being batshit crazy.
Uh-huh.
To add into the degree that he's done, he's got some guest appearances on this in the form of Gerard Way.
Okay.
Which is obvious it was going to happen because he went on to go and marry Lizzie X, is it? Or something like that from Mindless Self-Indulgence.
Mm-hmm.
But he also has Serge Tankian on this.
Does he?
It's just fucking
if
weird.
If you're gonna do a wacky album, then there's not many people that are better. I mean, Mike Patton, but
Patton,
you go Mike Patton or you go Serge Tankian, and you've pretty much got something that's going to be
the
batshit.
song they did, I can't remember the name of the song. It was too long for me to remember.
Right,
but it's I don't understand it. It's just like they're scatting lyrics to each other.
You mean they've stolen Jonathan Davis's style?
Not quite like scatting that, but
God.
just.
I was about to flip a table.
It's just so delightfully weird. To even go on to mention the fact that he's done 2 covers.
Okay.
By 2 people you would never pick to cover.
Okay. Aha.
No.
Bollocks. Blondie.
No.
Oh. That is literally my only guesses.
Alright, okay. So one of them being Kate Bush with Wuthering Heights.
That was my third guess.
I'm sure it was. But so he's covered Wuthering Heights and it just sounds like Wuthering Heights on fucking acid.
Yeah. Well, Wuthering Heights sounds like Wuthering Heights on acid.
Yeah.
So what the fuck that sounds like, I have no idea.
Just imagine him just...
Is it like that scene from Watership Down where the rabbit... Why do I keep talking about Watership Down on this podcast?
You bring that up a lot, don't you?
It freaks me out, all right? That whole scene, that whole film, it freaks me out. It scarred me for life.
No, it's just...
I blame you, Mum. Don't make me watch stuff where rabbits die. It's horrible.
Nobody wants that.
Dogs aren't dangerous.
Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Anybody know any good lunatic asylums anywhere? Just give us a heads up and we'll set ship Christmas.
Yeah, or if anyone knows of like a way to get the trauma of Watership Down out of my head, then please help me.
But yeah, and the other one would be the Doobie Brothers.
What the fuck?
With their song What a Fool Believes.
What is wrong with him? What was he doing?
I don't know, but both
Is he
songs...
piss take? Is it a piss take?
It feels that way.
Okay.
I mean, if you know Mindless Self-Indulgence, they've always been just
Yeah, I
completely
don't really
wacky. Exactly. I mean, I grew up with them and, you know...
I mean, shock horror, they're wacky and a bit daft, and I don't like them.
Yeah. Well, you know, it was going to happen.
Water is wet.
But if you're going to listen to this album, I don't know how broad your mind's got to be to listen to this, but I would suggest taking some form of substance to listen to this.
Like Lemsip.
Yeah, Lemsip. That might help. Just anything to just get you through
Cavonia.
this.
Cough medicine with clout.
Yes.
What we're doing advertising, by the way, I've just finished drinking a Coca-Cola Zero Sugar Cinnamon. It's a festive limited edition. I highly recommend it. Only the cinnamon edition. Any other form of Coca-Cola is evil.
And if you listen to this Coca-Cola with your new cinnamon...
Send me some bottles.
Yeah.
Only of the cinnamon, otherwise I will throw them at you.
And we will keep permanently giving you an advertising slot.
Yeah, just for the cinnamon one there. I'm holding it currently. I know this is an audio podcast and you can't see me holding it, but trust that I'm smiling and I look happy and I've finished the delicious drink that is cinnamon Coca-Cola Zero Sugar.
He looks so smug with it. But anyway, yeah, so Euringer with Euringer. Go into it, listen to it if you want to, but be warned, it's just a delightful mess.
Okay. It's quite a nice little explanation. Okay, I have been listening to something rather different to that.
Okay, what have you listened to, sir?
So I did mention that I was going to talk about this last week.
You did, yes.
And I am going to... So my brother Steve put me onto this album. I had not ever heard of this band. They are called Great American Ghost.
Oh, I wish I'd listened to this because...
And the album is called Hatred Stems from the Seed.
Ooh.
Yeah, so...
I'm getting a lot of angst from this.
Not angst, more outright fucking rage.
Oh, yeah, that was my second guess.
Yeah. So, yeah, as I say, my brother Steve put me onto this. He stumbled upon them and said, you'll probably like these. They're probably up your street. He was right, and I'm currently in the process of moving to that street because I want to live there. This is fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Genuinely brilliant. It came out 2017, so
okay.
This is by no means a...
So it's not a top 21?
No.
But it's worth a mention.
It's worth a mention because, I mean, we listen to a lot of music on purpose. Like, we actively tried to find it, and I had no idea who the fuck they were. So if it's passed me by, it might have passed other people by who would really fucking dig this album.
Yes.
It is really fucking good. They are a hardcore band from Boston. If you like really heavy metallic hardcore, then they are like fucking top tier. Like really fucking good.
I do like the sounds of that.
Yeah, if you have ears that work and you like Code Orange, or if you like the Vane album Arizona that came out earlier this year, or if you're a fan of Every Time I Die, anything of that kind of ilk that is that heavy kind of metallic hardcore, then these guys are right up your fucking street.
Sounds like I need to get on this.
It's really good. I'm a bit pissed off with myself that I didn't know about them, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's enough metal in them for your casual like Hatebreed fan to go, oh fuck me, I like that. That's got something about it. But there is also there is more than enough hardcore in this to get like punk rockers spin kicking their way down to the corner shop.
Nice.
Yeah. It is fucking good, really good. And as you said, like Angst, it's rage. Absolute
rage,
fucking
yeah.
rage, mate. Honestly, it is the angriest album I've listened to in a while. It's just basically the album title, "The Hatred Stems from the Seed," is basically a comment about where negativity and racism and sexism and bigotry and all of those opinions, it's where they stem from. It's basically saying you kind of are who you're brought up to be. Like if you grow up and your parents are the fucking KKK, then you're going to grow up to be a cunt, essentially. This is just this album is basically like a 38-minute or whatever it is scream in the face, like a vitriolic fucking scream in the face of anyone who's racist or bigoted or chauvinistic or any form of intolerant fucking tossbag.
If this was ever the bit you put on the back of a book, just call it
the blurb.
Yeah, the blurb on the back. Would you call it the what was it? What was toss?
Yeah, this is the vitriolic scream in the face of all intolerant tossbags.
That's
basically.
the blurb.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was going to say, but that being said, like if you're not like a big fan of, it is quite political and it is quite pointed, lyrically and stuff. But if you don't really want that, if you don't really want to be bothered with the kind of, oh yeah, I get that they're saying stuff and it's important and whatever. If you just want an album to put on to like go around your nan's and smash up her china cabinet, then this will do nicely. This is music to
just release all your rage and everything inside.
Absolutely. Whether that is taking it out on your nan's crockery or some Nazi fuck's face, then it's a perfect album for you.
That sounds like I need to have a good listen to that one.
It's lovely, yeah. That's Great American Ghost with Hatred Stems from the Seed. Thank you very much, Steve.
Yeah, sounds good. I'll get onto that one. Right then, let's go over to our playlists then, whatever we're going to call this segment of the thing.
Yeah,
that
playlists of doom and mixtapes of happiness and songs about things that we don't really understand, put into some form of list for you to listen to on Spotify.
So our playlist this week will contend of songs we would imagine either serial killers would listen to or...
Serial kissers.
Serial kissers, yeah. Serial kissers.
This is the Serial Kissers playlist. I've got Seal, Kiss from a Rose, 10 times.
Amazing. Serial killers would listen to, or about serial killers.
Yes. Yeah, we've done, our communication was fantastic. So we've both done different things with this. I have done songs about serial killers, and you have done songs
which I feel
that are based around the idea.
The idea that I think a serial killer would listen to this because...
Yeah, I think I didn't do that because I know that Charles Manson was a massive folk fan. So, like, I didn't really want to bring,
because
I didn't really want to bring...
That's kind of where I started my list.
I didn't want to bring Simon and Garfunkel down as a, like... And also, if you watch American Psycho...
Yeah.
Patrick Bateman is a massive fan of Huey Lewis and the News.
No.
So, I bet Huey Lewis and the News isn't on your playlist.
No, it's not.
No. Try and get reservations at Dorsia now, you fucking stupid bastard.
That's incredible. Oh, man. Anyway, as I started last week...
please, pray tell.
No, you started last week. I start this week. So let's start with the first one, aptly named Hammer Smashed Face by Cannibal Corpse.
Yes, good stuff.
It's all in the title.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any serial killer, would listen to this, get very angry,
yeah, and
take it out with a hammer, smashing faces.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, well, all of Cannibal Corpse's albums and songs are they are horror movies in 3 minutes.
Yes, essentially it.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm starting things this week. So yeah, Hammer Smash Face by Cannibal Corpse.
Konnichiwa, I like your style. Do you know what? I'll save this one, actually, because I was going to start with the same one that you were going to talk about as well. But, okay, so my number one pick is Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
He's coming up again.
Do you know what? I leant away from Marilyn Manson because I thought he gets enough, dealings with when it comes to serial killers and stuff like that. Understandably so.
Well, yeah, it's an obvious choice, but
I was just trying to stick away from that moon-faced goth.
Well, this is back when he wasn't quite so moon-faced. He was more like a half moon.
Half moon?
Yeah, not total eclipse.
Oh, okay. Not of the heart.
So this is Marilyn Manson. My first pick, Marilyn Manson, The Nobodies.
Oh, great song.
Yeah, so obviously fucking absolute classic from the fucking absolute beast of an album that is Hollywood. So yeah, this is the song itself is actually about. I don't want to name them because they're fucking tossers and they get too much press. But the two lads, the Columbine shooters.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So I picked this because obviously it's very, very, I just thought it's classic.
Topical and it's very good.
Yeah, it's classic Manson, creepy, and also with those massive fucking rock metal choruses.
Yeah.
It's just
and the Nobodies is a great tune.
It's just a tune, isn't it?
It is.
It's just an absolute banger.
I'm not gonna go. I don't know. Let's go back in time. Let's go to an era when Genghis Khan was going around and raping and murdering and fucking pillaging villages.
Okay. How are we recording the podcast if we're going all the way back there?
This is true.
Damn it.
Damn. Do you think we can get?
If there's some interruption, guys, it's because Genghis Khan is
coming in,
having his way with Chris, and I've run away.
So I'm going to go with a song that I feel that he could have been listening to back in the time if metal was about.
Okay.
It's a gimmick band you don't like.
Okay.
But this is going to be Battle Metal by Chirasas.
Yeah. Okay.
Now
makes a lot of sense.
It would do. I mean, it's very sort of. I know they're of a Viking era, and Genghis Khan was Mongolian or whatever he was, but it's still something.
There were still some absolute shits that were Vikings. So
yeah,
what was his fucking chops? One of the Viking kings who was a total. There was one of them that was an Eric the Red, was it?
Eric the Red, or I was going to say Ragnar. What's his name?
They were just. There's some of them that were absolute shits.
But this is a sort of a song that I'd imagine that was murdering many people that Genghis Khan would be listening to. So,
absolutely, yeah.
So that's Battle Metal by Chirasas.
Okay. So my second pick, I'm also taking us back in time.
Whoa.
Just not back as far as you.
Okay.
Why have I got the scene from the Mighty Boosh when they're talking, I am running backwards, we are running backwards. For fuck's sake. Oh. Right, anyway, let's go on a journey through time and sound.
Yeah.
So, fuck's sake. Right, now I've got all of the scenes from the Mighty Boosh in my head. I've just got the fucking, the hitcher and all sorts. Cockney urine all over your face. That was a bad time for you, wasn't it, boy? Anyway, talking about bad times for people, I'm going to suggest the next song is Slayer with Angel of Death.
Oh, not the one I thought you were going to say.
You were thinking that I was going to say...
Dead Skin Mask.
Dead Skin Mask, which is about Ed Gein.
Ed Gein, yes.
Yeah, no, I'm going to say Angel of Death, which was about Joseph Mengele, who was the cunt in charge of the mass murderings at Auschwitz. I listened to this again today just to check that it was the right pick, and my God, even now, when you listen to this song...
That opening scream?
Just the whole thing, when the riff kicks in, and it's just like, oh my God, I'm going to put my head through a window.
Yeah. That opening scream still gives me chills, though.
It's fucking brilliant, yeah. What an absolute beast of a song.
Oh, it's absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good when I heard it live.
Don't rub it in.
Oh, you're going to download to see them.
Oh, yeah, I
am. So, my next choice.
Oh, and I've seen them at Bloodstock.
Oh, then
I don't know what I'm moaning about.
So, my next one, I'm going to go with an AF5 song.
Okay.
With the song I Hope You Suffer.
Oh, nice.
To me,
it's a tune.
It's a tune.
Yeah.
And for me, going around telling people I hope you fucking suffer.
It's very serial killer.
he's going to hurt you.
He's gonna, with his lovely
But
voice.
he wants you to stay alive whilst he's killing you.
He's gonna hurt you with his lovely voice. Oh, he's gonna sing so sweetly to you that it's gonna be painful.
Oh man, yeah, it's definitely a song for me that I think, you know, although it's a big tune, just having somebody scream "I hope you suffer" is just enough for me.
Yeah, absolutely. What a fucking song. Okay.
Okay.
My third pick. Technically not about a serial killer. I'm sure I've either thought about putting this one on here or you might have it on there. I'm going to go with Rammstein with Mind Tale.
Oh, yes. I forgot about this one.
Yeah, so not technically a serial killer. This is actually about a guy, and I can't remember his bloody name.
A German guy who...
Yeah. Who basically he put an advert in the paper advertising that he wanted somebody to... he wanted to eat somebody. And somebody responded and said, all right, yeah, you can eat me.
Eat my penis.
Yes, so he went round, he cut the guy's penis off, cooked it, they both ate pieces of it, and then he killed the bloke with his consent, but killed the bloke so that he could eat the remains.
Yes. Because he was pretty much bleeding out from the castration.
Yeah. I mean... I put this in here for two reasons. Obviously, that's a weird fucking story. That's a weird thing. But also, I did a bit of research on this song. So, Mind Tale is actually slang for my penis.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. This reached number 2 in the German charts.
And they know what they were talking about.
And went to number 1 in Spain.
Yeah, you Spanish are weird.
So it went to number 1 in a song about a man cutting off another man's penis and eating it went to number 1 in Spain. I know you guys like chorizo, but Christ.
Oh, that is a spicy...
Also, what I did love about this, you know the den du bist,
yeah,
that line, that that bit just before the chorus, that translates to because you are what you eat.
That's it, yes, I did know that, yes.
What a genius fucking idea.
Brilliant. Oh, it's epic. Oh, so epic.
So fucking Rammstein.
Now, do you want some synthwave, or do you want something by an actual guy who's in prison or dead now?
I don't mind.
Should we go symphonic? And
Go
we're
for
going
it.
with Closer by 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah, creepy as fuck.
Creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
And going around saying, I want to touch you from the inside, or, you know, going around saying, I want to fuck you like an animal.
It is
There's some serious problems there, Trent.
Yeah, Trent, you got some problems.
You've got some weird things going on in your head. What made you come up with that?
It is 100%. It is a massively. It's so fucking creepy. That song. It's a great song, but wow,
Yeah.
that's dark.
I
It's a
want to
dark
touch you from the inside.
Yeah, great song, but well dark, well weird.
Yeah.
Very fitting for a serial killer playlist.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've done Tree.
You done Tree?
Okay. I am going to go for System of a Down.
Oh.
The song Atwa.
Oh, yes.
So, Atwa is actually about the Manson family.
See, this is where I'm going to end.
Oh, is it? So this is about the Manson family. Atwa actually stands for Air, Trees, Water, Animals, which was something the Manson family used as like a motto as such for how people should live, and it kind of formed their opinions of the rest of society being, you know, pigs and that they should be killed.
That's right.
And I think if you're gonna get any band to record a song that is about one of the most fucking crackers people on the planet, Charles Manson, then make it one of the most crackers fucking bands on the planet.
Yeah, exactly it.
Yeah.
Man. Right, I've got one of two ways. I've got 2 songs left and I've got 1 spot left. Oh. Do I end it on him? Or do I leave him out of this because technically he didn't do any killings?
Who? Charlie Manson.
Charlie Manson I've got on my list.
Oh.
but I'm not going to put him in because he didn't do the killings.
Fair.
So I'm going to go with Charred Remains by Autopsy.
Oh.
Which, honestly, is one of the most brutal songs I've ever heard, lyrically and just sounding. And, it's just a fucking... Yeah, I don't know where to go on this. I think when I was reading up on the lyrics, I'm going to have to find this now because, yeah, you know, it's just gruesome.
Yeah.
Here we go. Charred Remains. Shall we have a little read of their lyrical content? Burning from the inside out, bloody foam spews from your mouth, smell of putrid stench of flesh as it burns you to your death.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff.
I mean, you can go on and stuff, you know, but yeah, give it a listen. Give the lyrics a listen to and come back feeling horrified.
Okay, well,
that's my number 5.
cool. Well, my last pick then is going to be something that the topic, if you like, the content of it is horrifying, but the song will leave you feeling quite nice and quite happy and chirpy. I'm gonna go with Ghost.
With Elizabeth?
With Elizabeth.
Yes. See, I'd never thought of that one because I've done drawings of my own interpretation of Elizabeth Bathory.
Have you?
Yes.
Ah.
It's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, so those of you who don't know, Elizabeth Bathory was a countess.
So you're going way back in time, way back when this podcast would have been.
Yes, that is true. I forgot about my time-travelling ways. Great Scott, Marty! It's a Back to the Future reference for those of you who weren't born in the 80s. And you should be ashamed of yourself for not knowing it.
Well, you shouldn't.
Go and stand in the corner. Go on. We'll wait.
I've watched it. I've watched it, so I'm not standing in no corner.
No, I'm talking to the people that don't know what I'm talking about.
Then get back in that corner now.
Yeah, get back in that corner. Anyway, so Elizabeth Bathory was countess in Hungary.
Yes.
Part of Hungary. And her and a little band of friends that she had with her apparently killed up to 650 people.
Yes, and the reason being is because she used to bathe in the blood of virgins to think that she was going to be forever youthful.
Fucking batshit.
Yes. She's one crazy
Mofo.
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah, that's our songs.
Yeah. Any honourable mentions that you've got that you wanted to...
Well, the only one I was going to put in there was Charlie Manson with his song ironically called Don't Do Anything Illegal.
Oh, cool. I was also... My only honourable mention was from the album that we've reviewed this week, All Hail the Yeti.
All Hail the Yeti, with their song Seymour Avenue.
Seymour Avenue, yeah, which is about the Ariel Castro kidnappings.
Yes.
Even starts with a creepy phone... Well, it starts with a 911 call.
Yes. From from something, her name, I can't remember.
I can't remember her name either, but yeah, the first girl that managed to escape and, yeah, found a phone and phoned the police and said, I've been kidnapped.
From 10 years ago.
Yeah, 10 years. Somebody sort this shit out.
So, yeah.
Yeah, honourable mention was that.
But, yeah, so as always, next week we have our next playlist, which you guys have voted for.
Mm-hmm.
So we chose between either Chris's recommendation of best songs by three-piece bands, or my recommendation of songs that you'd think, you know, were possibly done on drugs, which is the one we're going to be doing.
Yes, so I'm going to pick the entire album of Be Here Now by Oasis, because there is more cocaine on that album than there is on Tony Montana's desk.
That's very true. And as for next week, the 2 albums we have chosen, I have totally forgotten.
We're going to do Unearth.
Oh, yes.
Their new album is called... I nearly made something up that was ridiculous then.
You could have done, but you could have also called it Extinctions.
That's what it's called, yeah. That's what I should have called it, because that's what it's called.
And then the other album we're going to be doing is Death Ray Vision with negative mental attitude.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it should be good fun.
Should be wunderschnitzen.
And we shall see you all next week.
Yeah.
Start following us.
Konnichiwa.
Bye.